then also I stopped racing, and then we all together.
But of course, we'll take the win, and now we move forward.
Listen, guys, Monaco Race Week is finally here, and trust me, this weekend is not just another Grand Prix on the calendar. Hold on, because this weekend has everything a hometown hero desperately trying to end a dominant team's winning streak. A championship leader whose streak could finally be broken, and the biggest star in Formula One who was literally one bad weekend away from quitting the sport forever. Let me show you something. This Monaco weekend might just be the most dramatic race week of the entire 2026 season. Monaco Race Week, why this weekend is different. So let me tell you why this Monaco weekend hits differently compared to every other race this season. The calendar itself changed. Monaco has moved from its traditional May slot to June this year because of F1's push for sustainability and better logistical flow. But that is not even the most interesting part. What makes this weekend genuinely unique is something technical that most casual fans don't even know about. Monaco will be the only circuit in the entire 2026 season where the new active aerodynamic system is completely switched off. The straight mode requires at least 3 seconds of straight line to activate, and Monaco simply does not have a single straight long enough to meet that threshold. What this means is that every team arrives here with their entire car philosophy flipped upside down. The cars that have been winning all season through straight line power suddenly have zero advantage, and the cars that are strong in slow corners suddenly become the ones to beat. So, before a single lap is driven, the entire competitive order of this season could be about to change dramatically. Leclerc's home race, Ferrari versus Mercedes. And that perfectly leads into the biggest storyline of this weekend, Ferrari versus Mercedes, and specifically Leclerc versus everyone else on his home streets. Ferrari have been the fastest car through slow corners all season. Their SF26 chassis has genuinely been the benchmark in technical sections. The problem has always been the straights where Mercedes pulls away with superior power. But in Monaco, there are no straight zero, which means Ferrari's weakness is completely irrelevant, and their biggest strength is exactly what this circuit rewards. Sky Sports commentator David Croft boldly said, "I think this will be Ferrari's Monaco this year. I believe they can dominate." Leclerc himself is genuinely excited, pointing out that the lighter 2026 cars help a lot around Monaco, and that the electrical component will matter much less here, because constant corners naturally allow the battery to recharge. Now add the fact that Monaco is literally his home race. He grew up here, learned to drive here, and has a supernatural ability around these barriers that even his teammates struggle to match. So, for the first time in 5 races, Mercedes are the underdog and Ferrari are walking in with everything to gain. Verstappen wants to quit the full story. Now, while that Ferrari versus Mercedes battle is building, there is another massive story in this paddock. Max Verstappen and his very complicated relationship with Formula One right now. After Japan, Verstappen shocked the entire sport by saying he was seriously considering quitting F1 at the end of 2026. The 50-50 hybrid regulations had completely killed his enjoyment of driving. He compared the cars to Formula E on steroids, called them Mario Kart, and said the whole experience was mentally not doable. Then in Canada, he doubled down. If it stays like this, it's going to be a long year next year that I don't want. Now, what makes this even more interesting is that Verstappen has a secret escape clause in his Red Bull contract. If he is not inside the top 2 by the summer break, he can legally walk away. With Antonelli and Russell sitting comfortably in those top 2 positions, that clause is almost certainly going to activate. But then came the twist. The FIA announced that from 2027, the power split shifts back to 60-40 in favor of combustion engines. Immediately, his tone changed completely. He confirmed he will stay for 2027 and shut down any sabbatical talk, saying, "If I stop completely, but that is not on the cards right now." Drama paused, but absolutely not over. Antonelli's insane winning streak. So with that Verstappen drama as the backdrop, let's talk about the man actually running away with this championship. Kimi Antonelli. This teenager has won 4 consecutive races and became the first driver in F1 history to win all 4 of his first ever victories back-to-back. He currently leads by 43 points over his own teammate Russell, but Monaco is his first real test because this circuit completely neutralizes Mercedes' straight-line advantage, the very thing powering his dominant run all season. Can Antonelli deliver under pressure on a street circuit where Ferrari is expected to be stronger? That is the question everyone in the paddock is asking right now. Hamilton's Ferrari comeback. And while Antonelli has been dominating, there is a quieter comeback story building. Lewis Hamilton at Ferrari. After a catastrophic 2025 season where he called himself useless and recorded 3 consecutive Q1 exits, Hamilton has completely transformed in 2026. He grabbed his first Ferrari podium in China and then in Canada drove from 5th on the grid all the way to 2nd, passing Verstappen in the closing laps. His secret has been fascinating. He completely abandoned Ferrari's simulator after finding it had poor real-world correlation and instead focused purely on deep data analysis. The result is a Hamilton who looks hungry, sharp, and genuinely back to his best. Antonelli versus Russell and Norris defending 2 more things worth knowing heading into this weekend. Inside the Mercedes garage, things are getting genuinely tense. In Canada, their battle got so heated that Antonelli screamed on the radio, "That was very naughty, he pushed me off," after the 2 cars touched in the sprint. Toto Wolff had to sit both drivers down for crisis talks and warned the team may need to turn their battles down a notch. And then there is Lando Norris, who won here last year but arriving this weekend with 0 confidence. He has publicly pointed to Ferrari as the favorite for pole and admitted McLaren's weaknesses leave him cautious about repeating that result. What happens next? So to wrap it all up, Monaco 2026 is shaping up to be the most loaded race weekend of the season. Ferrari arrive with a genuine technical advantage for the first time all year. Leclerc is hungry on home soil, Mercedes' dominance is under real threat, Verstappen's drama is still simmering, Antonelli's streak faces its toughest test, Hamilton is flying, and the Mercedes garage is quietly cracking under pressure. Personally, I think this is the weekend Ferrari finally breaks Mercedes' perfect record. The circuit suits them too well to ignore. But the question I want to leave you with is this. If Ferrari wins Monaco this weekend, does that change the entire championship picture for the rest of 2026? Drop your answer in the comments. Let's talk about it.